There were 3 things I knew for certain. 1. I hated mornings. 2. I hated being the center of attention. And 3. I definitely did not want 5 ridiculously handsome guys fighting over me. Unfortunately, by Monday morning, my peaceful life was officially over. Ellie! I stopped walking. 5 voices had called my name at exactly the same time. I slowly turned around. There they were. The 5 most talked about guys on campus. Adrian, the cold student council president who rarely smiled. Kai, the basketball captain who was charming enough to make half the school fall for him. Noah, the quiet genius who spent most of his time in the library. Jace, the troublemaker with a teasing grin and a talent for getting under my skin. And Ren, the mysterious transfer student who had barely spoken to anyone since arriving. All 5 were staring directly at me. I blinked. Ooh, did you guys need something? Adrian walked toward me first. I need to talk to you. Kai immediately stepped in front of him. No, I need to talk to him. Jace laughed. You 2 are seriously going to do this here? Noah adjusted his glasses. I believe I should be the one to speak first. Ren simply crossed his arms. I don't care who talks first. Everyone looked at him. He continued calmly. I just want Ellie to come with me. My mouth fell open. What? 5 guys. 5 pairs of eyes. All looking at me like I was the most important person in the world. My brain stopped functioning. Then Kai smiled. Ellie, which one of us do you like? The hallway went silent. I nearly choked. What? Jace burst out laughing. Adrian looked annoyed. Noah looked embarrassed. Ren looked strangely amused. Kai's smile widened. That's a pretty simple question. No, it isn't. I pointed at all 5 of them. Why are you even asking me that? Adrian sighed. Because we've all realized something. What? He looked directly into my eyes. We like you. My heart stopped. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3. Then. All of you? 5 heads nodded. I wanted the ground to swallow me. This couldn't be happening. I was an ordinary college student who preferred staying home, eating instant noodles and watching dramas until 3 in the morning. I wasn't popular. I wasn't particularly handsome. I didn't understand how flirting worked. And yet, somehow, 5 of the most attractive guys on campus had decided they wanted me. Jace leaned closer. Don't look so scared, pretty boy. I am absolutely terrified. He laughed. Kai ruffled my hair. We're not going to force you to choose. I stared at him suspiciously. Then what are you going to do? He grinned. Make you fall for us. My face hit it instantly. No. Adrian crossed his arms. You're assuming you'll be able to resist. I can. Noah quietly added. Statistically speaking, your chances are low. I stared at him. Why would you say that? Ren finally walked toward me. He stopped close enough that I could see his eyes clearly. Unlike the others, he wasn't smiling. He simply whispered. Because I'm already ahead. My heart skipped. What do you mean? Ren glanced at the others. Then back at me. I knew I liked you before any of them did. The other 4 immediately became silent. And suddenly, I realized something. This wasn't going to be a normal semester. Because 5 guys wanted my heart. And somehow, I had a feeling that one of them was going to completely steal it. The next morning, I arrived at school hoping everything had been a dream. It wasn't. Adrian was waiting outside my classroom with coffee. Your usual. I stared at the cup. How do you know my usual? I pay attention. Before I could answer, Kai appeared. Eli! He handed me a paper bag. Breakfast. I looked inside. A sandwich. Thanks. Jace suddenly appeared behind him. Don't eat that. Kai frowned. Why? Because I brought something better. Jace held up a box of pastries. I sighed. Guys. Noah walked over carrying a book. I found this yesterday. You mentioned wanting to read it. He handed it to me. My favorite author. I stared at the book. You remembered? Noah's ears turned red. Yes. Then Ren arrived. He didn't bring coffee. He didn't bring food. He didn't bring a book. He simply held out his hand. Come with me. Where? Somewhere, kid. The other 4 immediately protested. Absolutely not. I rubbed my temples. This is ridiculous. Jace smirked. I had used to it. I looked at the 5 of them. For the first time, I noticed something. They weren't just competing. They genuinely cared about me. Adrian remembered the little things. Kai always made me laugh. Noah listened when I talked. Jace made even boring days exciting. And Ren? Ren somehow understood me without needing many words. Maybe that was the most dangerous part. Because somewhere between their arguments, teasing, kindness, and ridiculous attempts to win me over, I had started falling. Not for one of them, but for all 5. And that terrified me more than anything. A week later, Adrian found me alone on the rooftop. You're avoiding us. I sighed. I need time. I know. He sat beside me. For a while, neither of us spoke. Then Adrian said quietly, You don't have to choose me. I looked at him. He smiled faintly. But I want you to know something. What? You changed me. My heart tightened. I used to think relationships were distractions. Then you came along. He looked away. And now you're the one person I don't want to lose. I didn't know what to say. Adrian reached over and gently took my hand. I'm not asking you to answer today. He squeezed my fingers. I'll wait. My cheeks burned. Then the rooftop door opened. Kai stood there. He stared at our hands. His smile disappeared. Oh. Adrian stood. Kai, don't. Kai looked at me. For the first time, I saw hurt in his eyes. Then he smiled. I guess my turn is next. My heart sank. Because I knew this wasn't a game anymore. They weren't simply trying to win. They were giving me pieces of their hearts. And sooner or later, I would have to decide what to do with them. But there was one problem. I didn't know which one had my heart already. Or perhaps they all did.
After that day on the rooftop, everything changed. The 5 of them stopped pretending they weren't competing. They were. And apparently, I was the prize, which was ridiculous. I told them that several times. They didn't listen. It started with breakfast. Every morning, someone would be waiting outside my classroom. Monday was Adrian. Tuesday was Kai. Wednesday was Noah. Thursday was Jace. Friday was Ren. By the second week, they had apparently created a schedule. You made a schedule? I asked, staring at the paper taped to my locker. Jace leaned against the locker beside mine. Of course, this is insane. It prevents arguments. Kai pointed at the schedule, except Jace keeps changing his days. I called out strategic planning. Adrian sighed. You're impossible. Noah quietly added, technically, the schedule is efficient. I stared at him. You're helping them? He pushed his glasses up. I've accepted that stopping them is impossible. Ren walked past us. Good. I turned. Good what? He looked at me. Because tomorrow is my day. I groaned. Why do I feel like I'm being hunted? Jace grinned. Because you are. Kai was the first one to break the rules. He showed up at my apartment on Saturday afternoon. I opened the door wearing an oversized shirt and sweatpants. Kai? He smiled. Get dressed. I stared at him. Why? Date. My eyes widened. Date. He nodded. A secret one. I glanced behind him. Why secret? Because if the others find out, they'll follow us. That was probably true. 30 minutes later, I was sitting beside him on his motorcycle. We ended up at a small amusement park outside the city. There were barely any people there. I looked around. This place is cute. I knew you'd like it. How? You always stop and stare whenever we pass places like this. I smiled. You really pay attention. Kai looked at me. Of course I do. We spent the afternoon riding attractions, eating too much food, and arguing over who was better at carnival games. I lost. Repeatedly. Kai laughed every time. You're terrible at this. Shut up. Want me to win you something? No. 5 minutes later, he returned carrying a stuffed bear. He handed it to me. I smiled. You won this. No. I laughed. I bought it. Then why did you say you'd win it? Because I wanted to look cool. I laughed harder. Kai stared at me. What? Nothing. You're staring. I like your smile. My laughter faded. Kai stepped closer. His voice became softer. Eli. My heart began pounding. I know there are 4 other guys. I know. And I know you don't know what you feel yet. I swallowed. But I want you to know. He gently touched my hand. I'd rather wait for you than have someone who doesn't really love me. I couldn't answer. Kai smiled sadly. That's my confession. Then he stepped away. Let's go home before I embarrass myself. But on the ride back, I couldn't stop thinking about his words. The next Monday, Kai was unusually quiet. I noticed immediately. What happened? Nothing. You're lying. He looked away. Then I saw him staring across the cafeteria. At Adrian. Adrian was sitting beside me. He had placed his jacket over my shoulders because I'd complained about being cold. Kai's expression darkened. Jace noticed. Oh boy. What? Jace leaned toward me. Someone's jealous. Kai glared. I'm not jealous. You've been staring at Adrian for 5 minutes. I haven't. You have. Kai stood. I'm getting lunch. He walked away. I sighed. This was getting complicated. I found him outside. Kai. He didn't turn. I said I'm fine. You're not. Silence. Then, I hate seeing him touch you. My heart stopped. Kai finally looked at me. I know I don't have the right to say that. He laughed bitterly. But I can't help it. I stepped closer. You can tell me when you're jealous. He looked surprised. Really? Yes. His expression softened. But I don't want you fighting with them. I'll try. He smiled. That's all I needed. Then he hugged me. And unfortunately, someone saw. Ren. He stood across the courtyard, watching, his expression unreadable. That evening, Ren sent me a message. Meet me at the old music room, 8 p.m. I hesitated. Then I went. The room was dark, except for the moonlight coming through the windows. Ren sat at the piano. You came. You asked me to. He smiled. Sit. I sat beside him. He began playing. The melody was soft, beautiful. You play? Not anymore. Why? He stopped. Because of someone. I looked at him. Who? My mother. He stared at the keys. She used to love hearing me play. What happened? She died. My chest tightened. Ren. I stopped playing after that. He looked at me. Until I met you. I didn't know what to say. He placed his hand over mine. You make me want to start again. My eyes stung. Ren leaned closer. I don't want to pressure you. His voice shook slightly. But I love you, Eli. My heart shattered. 3 words. So simple. Yet they carried so much weight. I couldn't finish. Ren smiled sadly. You don't have to say it back. Then he rested his forehead against mine. Just don't disappear. I closed my eyes. For the first time, I realized how deeply each of them had fallen. And I was falling too. Jace became unbearable after discovering that Ren and I had spent the evening together. So, I looked up. So, you went somewhere with Ren? Yes. Alone? Yes. At night? Yes. Jace nodded. Interesting. Are you jealous? No. You are. I'm not. You are. He sighed. Finally, he leaned against my desk. I'm jealous. I smiled. Why? Because I wanted to take you somewhere. Where? He grinned. You'll see. That weekend, Jace took me to a rooftop restaurant. The city lights stretched endlessly beneath us. This is beautiful. I thought you'd like it. We sat across from each other. For once, Jace wasn't joking. He looked nervous. I usually make jokes when I'm uncomfortable. I noticed, but I'm serious right now. He reached across the table. I like you. I smiled. I know. No. He shook his head. You don't understand. His eyes were shining. I don't just like you. He squeezed my hand. I've fallen completely. My smile disappeared. Jace looked away. I don't expect you to choose me. Then he whispered. But I hope you do. Noah didn't take me anywhere fancy. He simply invited me to the library. You wanted to study? He said. I smiled. Of course, you remembered. We studied for 3 hours. Then Noah closed his book. Ellie? Ellie, can I ask you something? Sure. Do you ever think about us? I froze. All of you. No. He looked directly at me. Me and you. I swallowed. Yes. His eyes widened. You do? Sometimes. He smiled. That tiny smile somehow hurt more than all the dramatic confessions. I think about you every day. He looked down. When I wake up. When I'm studying. When I eat. Before I sleep. He laughed softly. It's distracting. I smiled. Sorry. Don't be. He reached for my hand. I like being distracted by you. I squeezed his fingers. And for a moment, I forgot there were 4 other people.
Adrian had always been calm, until he wasn't. I found him alone in the student council room. Adrian. He didn't answer. I walked closer. Are you okay? I heard about the dates. I froze. Who told you? Everyone knows. He finally looked at me. His expression was cold. Not angry. Hurt. I've been trying to be patient. Adrian, I told myself you'd choose when you were ready. He stood. But every day, I watch you get closer to them. His voice cracked. And I'm terrified. I had never seen Adrian vulnerable. Not like this. He stepped toward me. I don't want to lose you, I whispered. You haven't lost me. Then what am I? I couldn't answer. His eyes filled with tears. That's what hurts. He turned away. I don't know what I am to you. I reached for him. He caught my hand. For a moment, neither of us moved. Then he whispered, please don't make me regret falling in love with you. The next day, the 5 finally confronted each other. It happened in the empty gym. I wasn't supposed to be there. But somehow, I walked in at the worst possible moment. You're all here. Nobody answered. Jace crossed his arms. We need to settle this. Kai nodded. No more pretending. Adrian looked at them. Then let's be honest. Noah sighed. This is going to become chaotic. Ren looked at me. Eli chooses. My heart stopped. What? 5 pairs of eyes turned toward me. Jace stepped forward. We've all confessed. Kai nodded. We've all waited. Noah continued. And we've all tried, Adrian said softly. So now, it's your turn. I felt tears forming. I can't. Ren walked toward me. You can. No. My voice echoed through the gym. I don't want anyone to lose. Silence. I care about all of you. I wiped my eyes. I don't know how to choose. Then, a voice came from behind me. Then don't. Everyone turned. A stranger stood at the gym entrance. A tall man wearing a black jacket. Ren's face immediately went pale. You? I looked at Ren. What? He didn't answer. The stranger smiled. It's been a long time, Ren. Ren stepped backward. Why are you here? The stranger laughed. You really thought you could run away forever. Kai looked between them. Who is he? Ren remained silent. The stranger looked at me. So you're Eli. My stomach dropped. How do you know my name? He smiled. Because Ren talks about you constantly. Ren suddenly grabbed his arm. Leave. The man's smile disappeared. You owe me. Ren froze. I stared at him. Oh, you what? The stranger looked at me. Ask your boyfriend. I'm not his. Don't. Ren's voice was sharp. The man laughed. Still hiding the truth? I looked at Ren. What truth? Ren's eyes filled with fear. For the first time since I met him, he looked genuinely terrified. The stranger leaned closer. Tell him. Ren shook his head. I can't. Then I will. Everyone waited. The man smiled. Ren didn't transfer here because of school. My heart stopped. He transferred here because of you. Silence. What? Ren closed his eyes. The stranger continued. Your meeting wasn't an accident. I looked at Ren. What is he talking about? Ren didn't answer. Ren knew you before he ever came here. My heart sank. No. The stranger looked at me. He's been searching for you for years. I stared at Ren. He finally whispered. Eh? E? E. My voice trembled. How long have you known me? Ren's eyes filled with tears. Since we were children, everything went silent. I couldn't breathe. The 5-way love story I thought I was living had just become something completely different. Because one of the 5 guys hadn't simply fallen in love with me. He had known me long before I ever knew him, and whatever happened between us in the past was something Ren had been desperately trying to hide. Ren finally told me the truth. We had known each other when we were children. Our families had lived in the same neighborhood. We used to play together. Then, one summer, my family moved away. I forgot him, but Ren didn't forget me. Years later, he found me again. I saw you on campus, he whispered. You knew immediately. Yes. Then why didn't you tell me? Because. He looked down. I was afraid. Afraid of what? That you wouldn't remember me. My heart hurt. You could have told me. I tried. His voice broke. But every time I saw you smiling at someone else, I lost my courage. I stared at him. And the others? I didn't know they would fall for you. Jace crossed his arms. You're telling me you transferred here specifically because of him? Yes. Kai shook his head. That explains a lot. Adrian looked at Ren. Does anyone else know? Ren hesitated. No. Then the stranger spoke. You're still leaving out one thing. Ren's face went pale again. I turned. What? The stranger smiled. Ask him why your family separated, Ren whispered. Don't. But I already knew. Something terrible had happened. Something that had been buried for years, and now it was coming back. Ren finally told me. Our families had once been close, until a business dispute destroyed their relationship. My father had blamed Ren's family for something that happened years ago. Ren's father blamed mine. The families separated. We were never allowed to see each other again. But there was another secret. The stranger wasn't a stranger. He was Ren's older brother, and he had been the one who caused the original conflict. He had hidden evidence. He had lied, and now he had returned because he wanted something. Revenge. You don't love Eli, his brother said. Ren looked furious. Don't speak for me. You're only using him to get revenge on his family. I looked at Ren. Is that true? Ren's eyes filled with tears. It was. My heart broke. Was? When I first found you. He struggled to speak. I wanted revenge. Silence. But then I got to know you again. He stepped closer, and I couldn't do it. I shook my head. You lied to me. I know. You made me trust you. I know. Were your feelings ever real? Ren's voice broke. Every single one. I turned away. Tears finally fell, because somehow, the person who had made me feel safest was the one who had hurt me the most. Days passed. I avoided all 5 of them. I needed time. But they didn't stop caring. Adrian left coffee outside my door. Kai sent stupid memes every morning. Noah left books with notes inside. Jay sent messages just to make sure I was eating. And Ren didn't contact me. He respected my decision. That somehow hurt the most. One evening, I found all 4 waiting outside. Why are you here? Adrian smiled. We're not here to pressure you. Kai nodded. We just wanted you to know something. Jace stepped forward. We don't care who you choose anymore. Noah finished. We just want you to be happy. I stared at them. You're serious? Adrian nodded. You don't owe us your heart. Kai smiled. Take your time. Jace laughed. Though obviously, I'm still hoping you'd pick me. Noah rolled his eyes. Jashi. What? I have to maintain some dignity. I laughed through my tears. Then I realized something. Maybe love wasn't about choosing the person who fought hardest. Maybe it was about choosing the person who made me feel like myself. And I finally knew who that person was. I found Ren at the old music room. He was packing. You're leaving? He nodded. I think it's better this way. Why? Because you deserve a life without secrets. I walked closer. He looked exhausted. I never wanted to hurt you. I know. I loved you before I understood what love was. He smiled sadly. You were my first friend. He looked at me. And my first love. My eyes filled with tears. I hated you for lying. I know. But I stepped closer. I never stopped loving you. Ren froze. What? I don't know when it happened. I touched his hand. But somewhere between all those memories, I smiled through my tears. I fell in love with you too. Ren stared at me. Are you sure? I nodded. He pulled me into his arms. For the first time, there were no secrets. No rivalry, no competition. Just us. I thought choosing Ren would end everything. It didn't. Adrian still teased me about my terrible coffee choices. Kai still challenged me to basketball games. Noah still saved seats beside him in the library. Jace still flirted with me just to annoy Ren. And Ren stayed. The 5 of them remained my closest friends. Sometimes they still argued. Sometimes they still got jealous. And sometimes Jace would dramatically announce, I still think Eli should have chosen me. Ren would simply pull me closer. Too late. I would laugh. Looking back, I never understood why 5 guys wanted me. I still didn't understand why they saw something special in me. But I finally learned something. Love isn't always simple. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it comes with jealousy, secrets, mistakes, and impossible choices. But when it's real, you don't have to force your heart to choose. It already knows, and mine had known all along. It just took 5 guys and one unforgettable secret. for me to finally listen to it.